Hi, I'm Kyrie Stevens. I'm the Chief Business Officer for U.S. Lab Partners and 𝗍𝗂𝗧𝗧.
U.S. Lab Partners and 𝗍𝗂𝗧𝗧. All right, let's take those one at a time. Start with U.S. Lab Partners. Tell me about that.
Sure. U.S. Lab Partners provides professional services and software to streamline lab operations, facilities management, and environmental health and safety programs at life sciences companies.
Okay. And so how did you get into that? How did you start that?
My background is in supply chain and manufacturing, and actually my wife is the CEO and founder of the company. She's a scientist, and then she got into operations because her idea was, how can we create more efficient and accelerate operations to get indications and treatments to patients faster? So she looked at it as, reducing that cycle time to the clinic and through the clinic into commercialization, as even if we improve things by a week or two, it's going to still save lives.
Yeah, and I think that's important to always remember when we're here and we're doing the day-to-day, we're running our businesses, we're thinking spreadsheets, we're thinking cap sheets, but at the end of the day, this is all about impact. And what drives you, Kyrie?
I like building things, and don't want to sound corny, but helping people. And I think that's why BLPN is a really great vehicle for us to be part of as well, because it's find someone, help, and repeat. And I've just found that the key to success is helping others, whether it's personal or professional. So that's really the culture that we're trying to build at U.S. Lab Partners and 𝗍𝗂𝗧𝗧𝗧.
You mentioned BLPN, so BLPN, you've been a founding member, and you guys actually sponsored this event, right?
We sponsored coffee because I love coffee, and we're trying to help out because it's been given us so much in terms of relationships, clients, people that we've met from around the world that are essentially trying to do the same thing in their specific area of expertise.
So you mentioned your other venture, 𝗍𝗂𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧. Tell me about that.
So it was really interesting. One of the cool things about U.S. Lab Partners and 𝗍𝗵𝗇 being a scientist is we did some research on, what is driving, where the needs are of these small to mid-size, let's say 500 employee or less life sciences organizations. And one of the things, aside from streamlining their operation and access to good software that larger companies had access to, was certain types of science that they needed to do in order to move something along into the clinic or to get funding for it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we saw was some basic biological and translational science services, some basic chemistry, and recently we've launched a NGS gene sequencing platform where someone will come to us and say, I need a quick study. Can your scientist do it in 3 months so I can get some more funding, or can I use your lab and your equipment to do this? Mm-hmm. So that's what we're providing them so they can get that initial launch off the ground, and then we're doing services and programs that are customized to larger organizations with that as well.
You're doing genomic services, and are you highly standardized, same processes, or are you more nimble and adaptable?
Great question. That's the idea of it, is to be more nimble and adaptable, because we see companies going and having to provide certain minimums and pay larger quantities when they're going with these minimums, but they only need a certain number of units made. So we might charge a little bit of a premium for smaller quantities, but there's no minimums on it. Yeah. And then we also have a partnership where we can do, we have a SaaS product that does some basic bioinformatics for them so they can review pipelines and things like that on their own.
That's great.
So it becomes a complete package for the client. So it's kind of cool.
Excellent. Are you able to disclose that software?
Yes. It's called Horizon by a company called 𝗍𝗿 Informatics.
Okay, very good.
Which is headed up by a gentleman named Dan Ryder, who has a lot of experience in the bioinformatics industry. And as an example, these partnerships have been created through BLPN.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of thinking too, is that this is a very good example of how these relationships really matter. And they can make an impact, because otherwise you could go out and you could vet other companies, but you're doing it at a risk. Whereas you're coming in, someone is vouching for that other company and saying, this is someone you can trust, this is someone that has been in this industry for a certain amount of time.
Right. It's, there's always a certain amount of vetting that others are doing with us and that we're doing with them, but it really accelerates the process. And, that's the twofold thing about it, is support in BLPN doesn't just mean finding a client. It may be finding that strategic partner that helps you expand into adjacent potential services that you don't have to build on your own, and strengthens each organization.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your question about being nimble is what's important, right? We're in a time in the industry where the days of, the $2,000 lab bench are gone.
Yep.
And what we're really trying to do is help innovation and help smaller organizations stay nimble, spend efficiently, and continue that innovation arc that the U.S. has always led with. By the way, go U.S. soccer tomorrow.
That's right. That's right. Who they playing?
Turkey, which is funny because my wife is Turkish.
Yeah, that
so,
is funny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is she going to be wearing her Turkey
She has a half U.S. and half Turkey.
All right.
Turkey
And so
shirt
what
that she
say it
made
to the
herself.
camera, what's your prediction on what's going to happen tomorrow? What's the score?
2-1 U.S. The challenge is going to be we're sitting a lot of starters because of the yellow cards.
Yeah.
But we made the knockout round, so we'll see. We've got a great coach, and we're playing a style of soccer that's enjoyable to watch for a change.
Very cool.